Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashur Hakodash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Comes the house, spirit, wind, lawyer. Today, I want to go into a continuation of what I've been talking about for the past few days. And it's basically the serpent is about to turn on Eve. You know, what you see in America, in which everybody is panicking over, everybody is tense over, because whole houses have been built off the welfare program, which is part of that covenant that Esau, well, part of that covenant that the serpent made with Eve, is that part of the covenant that the serpent made with Eve was, well, we're going to get this nigga out the house. We're going to get Adam out the house. You know, we're finna overthrow his kingdom, basically. Overthrow his nation, but you're going to help me. All right? And you're going to help me, but I'm going to reward you because you're going to have free housing. You're going to have all these different streams of income. You know, but these kids, y'all have, it's not going to belong to him. It's going to belong to me, the government. It's sort of like that movie Dead Presidents with Clifton Powell's character, which is a pimp. He got a hold to the main character's wife. All right, when he came back from Vietnam, a pimp got his wife. Long story short, that's what happened with us, man. A pimp got our woman. All right, so Eve ain't been our woman since, man. We ain't got no fucking woman here in America, man. All right. So you had 60 years of homes being built off women who deprived their kids of a nuclear family. All right, deprived their kids of a man being around. And it just so happens that the following decades, gangs came about. It was just wild ass niggas everywhere. The 70s in these big cities. That's when you really saw gangs coming together in the 70s, the 80s, especially the 80s. Then you had the crack era. Just hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. So you really have a certain segment of women who their sole intent through the matriarch, all right, the nigga matriarch, the black matriarch, their sole intent is to have babies, what I call slave babies, plantation babies, off the government's plantations, which is these little low-income houses, man, low-income apartments, bro. You know? Now, you generally have women who need assistance. You have men who need assistance, you know, who couldn't use some help with groceries, man. But then you have, on the other end of that spectrum, people who intently have babies for government benefits. And I'm just looking forward to this shit when it comes to the 2/3 of our people, man. A lot of men have been finessed. All right, a lot of men have basically, like it says in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, you should have a child and another man should take your little ones. That's the government. It happened literally in slavery, but now it's the government. You can't even see your children, but you're still forced to pay child support, man. That's slavery. You know? But it's gonna be a whole type of women that's gonna be out here put to death, laid out in the streets. Motherfuckers gonna get tired of getting your cat, man. All right, they're gonna be tired of your little cat, man. All right, motherfuckers living in their cars. All right, and it's trying to sell cat to survive, man. All right, so the serpent is turning on Eve, man, and really he's going to war against anybody poor, really. Edomites, Jake, because they're a larger. Brother was breaking down. There's a larger percentage of Edomites on food stamps, man. You know. Shalom, Elder Hawaii. Shalom, brothers and sisters who are tuning in to this live stream, man. All right, because your legacy doesn't matter. You know, your vision for a family doesn't matter. You fuck around, get one of these scalawags pregnant. They don't care about your vision, your legacy. They don't care about building anything with you. care about pulling their resources to your resources, all right, and building something. You know what I mean? They don't care about that shit. They just care about getting benefits from having your seed. All right, so now that serpent he's ending that contract abruptly. Basically, he's showing up to work. You're showing up to work and getting that announcement that the company's about to shut down in a few weeks. Now your hustle is jeopardized, man. Now what do you do? A lot of you have no so-called skill. If you have a degree, it's a garbage degree. But a lot of you who really built your life off the government, they did no skill. You have nothing on you but the government. I mean, the people can. It's up there one little thing. But if everybody is selling that one little thing, if all these women are selling that one little thing, doesn't the value go down? So yeah, it's gonna be a large segment of our people that died just because they built families outside of the Israelite man. They brought humans into the world through the Israelite man, but not with the guidance and protection of the Israelite man, because they chose government over family. They chose food stamps over family, man. There's gonna be a lot of dead children. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a lot of dead children. It's gonna be a lot of crash out situations. All right, you've been on this earth 30, 40 years, 25, 30, 40 years, and you have no skills of survival outside of the government. And the scripture says that a gift destroys the heart. And 2/3 of our people have been enabled by the government. What thought was a lick, what they thought was a come up, was literally your downfall, because you never came up off the welfare programs. All right, you never built districts from those welfare programs. You never made those communities your communities. It has made you dependent upon the next check, so you never built anything. So what you thought was your come up was literally your downfall, because if somebody pays you minimum amount of money a month, then you can never elevate above that. Like they say, one Eve, I don't know how true it is, but it was up on social media. Eve got to do so many years in prison because she was found selling food stamps for cash. She took the food stamps, bought food, and sold the food and made a profit. And the serpent was like, So she got to do so many years in prison. That's fucked up. So nobody ever came up off this shit. It wasn't designed for you. The reason why the serpent punished her, because this shit was set up for your ass to never elevate. To never be self-sufficient but dependent. Now he finna cut you loose. The enemy to my enemy is my friend. Nah, I can't say that for Esau. I say that about the chariots because they're the enemy to Esau, but Esau's the enemy to Eve, but he's still the enemy to us too. You know, he's become the enemy to Eve. Now Eve see that, but it's too late. Eve, you've shown us how you feel about us through your words and your actions. So I ain't never looked forward to November so fast. I ain't never looked forward to the next month so fast, man. You know? And Jacob's trouble is gonna come inevitably, whether they reinstate food stamps or not, man. You know? But personally, I wanna see Eve suffer, man. You know? Esau, he saturate your phones your ass with lust. All you see is lust. Then if you fall for that shit, you wags, man. Yo, she has your baby. You know, letting the child have a relationship with the father despite what they had going on as adults. She just took the baby and ran off, man. That's a devil. You know, that's the devil. She's a devil. But I mean, look, man, that's pretty much the point. You know, that 2/3 of our people, man, that they're about to suffer because the serpent is about to turn on you. That covenant they made in the garden is done. It's over with. You know? But like I said, that's pretty much the point. Hope this was of edification. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kahagodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba, Kom Yahshua, Shalom.